All right, so welcome to our second session in Python. Yesterday, we started our first session of Python programming, where we discuss about and getting started, how you can do some installation. You can see as well, we uploaded the recording, and this is the mentor, right? So every day when we cover a session, you will be seeing this and other stuff. We will also add another column for assignment where you'll be able to see, what are some of the assignment there. I also showed you yesterday, how you can actually sync your repository with our own. So for example, you may see that you may not have this one and this one when you clone our repository yesterday. Also, you can see we rearrange, for example, so always when you already clone our repository, what you need to do is, okay, let me do something like this. Mhm. Give me a second. Um, Give me a second. Let me reshare again. Okay. All right. So what I was saying is, you can see here we reorganize our Python programming fellowship. So what you need to do every time is we will have an update from our repository. So what you need to do is just to do Gitful. So when you say Gitful, that means you are uploading the updated version from the repository. So this is something that I showed you yesterday. But today at 8 p.m. Nigerian time, we are going to discuss details about more details as Git fundamental. So if you remember here, we gave an assignment on GitHub, how to use Git and other stuff. This assignment, GitHub fundamental. So today, oh no, what happened with this link? Page not found. Page not found. What happened with the link? Anyway, I'll check what is happening. But we already have the link to our assignment here. So today 8 p.m. Nigerian time, we'll go through this assignment to understand more about Git. Let me see the assignment Python. Getting started assignment. Yes, we have this. This is the assignment. So what happened is maybe it broke, the link to that broke. So let me open it here. Open with built-in Markdown. So this is the assignment GitHub. So you will be able to, today at 8 p.m. Nigerian time, all this in one of our fellows, senior fellow, also will go through all this one, Mustafa, how to create a branch, open pull request, review, and also he will also go through all these, how to fork, how to, all these ones. So please join us today as well, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll go over through this, and you can ask many questions as you like. Yeah. All right. So what are we going to do today? If you go over to our repository, what expect to cover variables and simple data type in Python. We also told you you should be reading each chapter before we come so that you will have a better understanding. We already shared the book, which is here in our repository. This is the book, and you are advised to read each chapter before the class. But before we start today, I would like to also show us some stuff that we can do in VS Code. Lesson 2. So yesterday we started this lesson 1, and yeah, so we started lesson 1. We run through what is VS Code, Python version, and other stuff, right? So what I want to show you today is just some stuff about VS Code. First, so for example, here you can see when I run this Python, I have, oh, okay, I need to select the environment. When I run this, I have an output here, right? So sometimes you want to clear all the outputs that you have in your environment. Can you see something here? You can see something here. Can you see something called restart? Can you see restart here? Type yes. If can you see something called clear?
Yes, I see.
Okay. Can you see something clear all outputs in VS Code? Clear all outputs. Can you see that? If you can see, type yes. In your VS Code, can you see this clear all output? So when you have output here, you can say I have output, can I have output, all this output when you run a cell, you can see this is output because when you run a cell, this is a content of a cell. Remember, each of this is called a cell, right? So when you run a cell, you will have an output here. So if you want to clear output and you want to start afresh, what you need to do is clear out all output. Can you see that? Clear all output. So now you can see there is no output, right? So you can see there is no output now. So you clear all the cell. But sometimes you want to run everything in the in the Jupyter notebook. Can you see run all? Run all. So when I say run all, so this means that everything in this notebook will be run, not running one by one. For example, you remember when I want to run one by one, what I need to do, let me clear all output. I need to click here. Then I run this one. I have the output. I need to come here. But if you don't want to do this, you want to run everything, then you can say run all. So everything in your notebook will be run. So this is something I just want you to understand. As we go on, we will be exploring many features as VS Code. The thing is, we cannot cover all the features the VS Code has, but one at a time, we will be diving into showing you some features. Again, if you look, can you see dash dash 3 dash in VS Code here? Can you see dash dash here in VS Code here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see something outline. Can you see outline? Can you click outline? Click outline and see what happened. If I click outline, then what will happen here in your VS Code here, below here, you see table of content. So you can see here, I have like table of content. I have objective. If you look at this one here, I have objective because this is objective Python editor. You can see this is in our VS Code. This is title with 1 hash. This is 2 hash. So you can see the one with 1 hash is above. The one with 2 hash is indented. So if I have another one with 3 hash, let me show you. This is 3 hash, something like that. So let me see this. So you can see it inside here, M3. Can you see that? So this is just to show you, you can have something like that. If you remember, like table of content we have in Microsoft. So this is something just like table of content, but it organizes it based on, a markdown. If you have one header, 2 header, 3 header, up to n headers. So this is something also you should know about outline in VS Code in Jupyter Notebook. But also there is something that you may want to know is that if I run this everything, if I run this, it means, I have some stuff like here, I have everything, but you can see something called view data, huh? Not this one, view variables. So you can see variables here. So if you have any variable, you see it, X, Y, you can see the value of X is this, the value of Y is this, and what type of this is list, and value of Y. All variables, we know what is variable here. You can see X is this, Y is this. So if you have any number of variables, you'll be able to see them. This is also one feature for VS Code that you may be interested to know. Yeah, so you can even export the Jupyter notebook. For example, you run your Jupyter notebook and you want to share it with your friend. You can see, you can come to your export. So when you click export here, you'll ask you, do you want to export it as PDF? So when we export this one as PDF, then you can be able to export everything here as PDF document. So here would be like PDF document. Try it, export it as PDF document. But also you can see here, notebook line numbers. So if you look at this one here, I have line numbers. Here you can see, for example, I have line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I say here, I toggle this, no line number. Can you see no line numbers, right? So if you want to have line numbers, you can toggle it here. Yeah, you can also restart the everything. Okay, you can also toggle bread num, something like that. Look at the header here. When I click this one here, toggle button, you can see here is up. Is somehow here is down. You can see this one, right? So this is something that you can just explore, in VS Code by clicking. You can do many things, but as soon as we, navigate before we start our sessions, sometimes we can be able to explore one or two things. Here you can see when we run this one, it run. You can see three dash here. It's called more action. When you click it here, when you say clear cell output, it will clear only this cell output, not everything. Can you see that? Not this one, right? It clear only this cell output. Let me run it again. When I click here, clear cell output, right? You can also copy cell output. I can see I copy this one, and then I can put it here. You can see copy cell output, right? Yeah, so this is some of the good features for, VS Code that we keep exploring. Here also you have something like this. If you click here, click cell and everything below. So if I click this one, it will click these cells and everything below it. If I click this one here, you can see something up arrow here. It will click, run this cell and everything above it. That is what it does. Yeah.
Hello,
Okay. So, yes, go on.
So I don't know whether it is only me, but I think you are a little bit fast. Or is it your system? Because actually, I just don't used to see the way you used to click the mouse and rest. So I used to miss a lot of things, sir. So please, if you can be a little bit slow, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You are too fast. Even I too.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Let me move slow. Okay. So what we just explore is some of the features for Python. VS Code, where you'll be able to run Jupyter Notebook on the VS Code. We have the recording now. We can go over later for some of you that I missed something. But let me, before we go into chapter 2, let me dive in, added something about, installing Python package and also managing the environment. So what you can do, there is something called, you can install Python with, you can install Python package, whether from Py or from Conda. So what is the meaning of package? So let me give you an example. Now, if you want to do something called mathematics that involve mathematics, such as dealing with matrices and other stuff, there is a package in Python called NumPy that allow you to do that. This is called package. If you want to do data analysis, there is a package called pandas. If you want to do something like deep learning, there is package that allow you to do deep learning. This is called Torch, right? So all these package, if you want to achieve particular, for example, if you are from biochemistry or from biology, maybe there is a package that is used to do genome analysis. So you need to go and download that package. Python will not come with that package. Python just come as a programming language, but you as a user, you need to go to download this package. So people, for example, in biochemistry, they can come together and develop a package. So that is what we call package. We have PyPy, for example. PyPy, this is where you can find and install and publish packages. So there are over, you can see 6 million packages right now. So what does all these packages means? We can, for example, browse some of these packages like this, for example. So you can see here there are many packages. If I go here, packages for natural language processing, you can see there are many packages and other stuff. Yeah, so let me access, if I want to see pandas, for example. This is one of the package. So you can see this is pandas, is a package in Python that can be used for data analysis. It's a package that can be used for data analysis. So Python does not come with it. You need to go and install it, and we'll learn more about all these packages. But we want to show you now today how to install new packages that are not inbuilt with, that doesn't come with data, with Python installation. But you can install Python package from 2 ways, using from Python PyPy or from Conda. Quanda, from Quanda, Quanda package, from Quanda package manager.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I just wanted to confirm if what you mean by package also means library.
Yes, exactly, something like that. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So there are two ways to install package or library, anywhere you call it. You can install it from PyPy or from Quanda. So PyPy is meant to host only packages or libraries that are only for Python, only for Python. But Quanda store packages that are not only for Python, maybe for R programming, for Python, for many other stuff. So you can see this is the difference, but anyone you can install package from it. So that is why here we say there are two ways. You can see this is repository. So we said a repository is somewhere else that hosts many items. So this is a repository. This is a repository. So you can see we have PyPy, we have Quanda, right? Now, if you want to install package from PyPy, you need to use what we call pip. If you want to install package from Quanda, you need to use what we call Quanda. That's just it. As simple as that. Let me show us here. If I want to install pandas, I need to say pip install pandas. So this is how you install package or library. Pip install pandas. And you type enter. Can you see here it says requirement already satisfied? Because I have already have pandas installed. Alternatively, you can install with Quanda two ways. You can install either with pip or with Quanda. So I can say Quanda install pandas. This means if I use pip, it is by downloading my package from where? From PyPy. If I use Quanda, it means it's downloading my package from an Quanda repository. So I can say Quanda install pandas, it will install for me, something like that. So here it will say it is already satisfied, and that's what is expected. So it will tell us it is already satisfied. So the main essence here is just to show you that there are many other things that Python didn't come with it inbuilt that you need to install it by yourself. We will come to learn more about this. You can see there is something called Quanda and Mamba. So that you can explore. Mamba is also another way to install, but now we are talking about Quanda. So sometimes you see Mamba also allow you to install, but you need to install Mamba. But already, we already installed Quanda in our first, in our getting started, we already installed Quanda, so you don't need to install Quanda. So when you just type Quanda, if you have Quanda, when you type Quanda, when you see it changes to something like that, it means you already have it. So that's why we took our time to do those installation steps, because we want to make sure that everything. So here there are some explanation here that pip is a package management system used to install and manage software written in Python. So yeah, you can do many things. You can see how you can install pip install package name. So, but if you want to install it using inside Jupyter Notebook, you need to attach this stuff. Let me run this one here. You can see it may give me an error. So the best way to do that, you need to attach this. This allow you to run, I already enable something that allows me to even install without this stuff. But for you, you must use this to install package using Jupyter Notebook. But if you are installing from your command line, you can just type pip install something like that. Yeah, pip install, just say pip install like this and type. But if you are from Jupyter Notebook inside Excel, you must attach this one. But now we have seen you can do installation, but you can do many other stuff. Right. You can do many other, let me see. Oh, okay, okay, right. You can do many other stuff. Here we have seen how we use to install using this. For other people, I will come over here to show you how to install iPy, iKernel or something like that. There you have issue. So for Quanda install this, that's how you can do it. Now, this is just show you how you can install external package, pip install package name, or Quanda install package name. This is just it. This is what we call package management. But let me dive in also again. Next one is what is called virtual environment. Python virtual environment. Now, if you remember before, we said you can have multiple version of Python, right? You can have multiple version of Python. But when I install version 2.7 and version 3.6 and version 3.10, because you may have 2 projects or 10 projects, and each project may require different version of Python. That means you may have conflict of when you run in Python, which one should I use? Is it Python 2.7 Python? So there may be some kind of conflict, right? As I can show you some funny example where you can see Python conflict management, something. Yeah, so this is just an example I want to show us. Here you can see we have different kind of Python. When you install Python anyway in your computer, you may actually, make your system, you can see my Python environment has become so degraded that my laptop has been declared a super fun site. So what this is telling us is that when you install Python 2.6, 3.6, everything anyway, anyhow, without any organization, your computer will be like kind of messed with different installation versions. So to avoid this scenario, we can create what we call virtual environment. So you create a virtual environment, different environment, and you can do installation or everything on one environment. For example, if I have a single house, I may have 10 rooms, and inside that room, I may have Python 2.1, Python 2.3, and if I want to do anything concerning Python 2.7, I will enter that room and do everything without any Python 3.6 affected. This is what we call virtual environment in Python. So in data science, we create what we call virtual environment for your projects. So in this session, I will show us how you can create virtual environment. For us to create virtual environment, we can use Quanda. So one of the difference between two is that we can use Quanda to create virtual environment. Let's show us how we can create virtual environment. For you to create virtual environment, you say Quanda create, then you say -n, the name of the environment, but let me say Arewa Data Science Training. This is the name of the environment. Anything you like, you can even type your name. Quanda create -n, name of the environment. You can see it here. I already do it here. Quanda create ---n -name. You can put -name or -n only, and environment name. You can see create new environment using given environment name, right? So when you create environment, the environment name here, our environment is called Arewa DS Training, right? So I can say, okay, enter. So you can see here is now creating the environment. You say create the environment. I say yes, create the environment. So now you can see it create the environment. Now, when it create the environment, you can see here I'm already using one environment called data science. But what environment did I create now? Arewa DS Training. So if you create environment, you need to activate it to work on it. When you create an environment, you need to activate it. So here, what I'm doing, I'm now creating environment here. I'm creating this environment, for example, one environment. I now create it here. I now create this house. I create this house now first. And I name the house Arewa DS Training. Now, how can I tell my computers that I want to enter this house and walk inside it? I don't want to enter this one. So this is what we call, you need to say Quanda activate the name of the environment. Quanda activate name of the environment. You can see it here. Quanda activate environment name. You can see it will activate the environment. So here you can see I can copy this Quanda activate. You can see Quanda activate name of the environment. I say this. So you can see here, here changes to Arewa DS training. This is telling you I'm inside the house Arewa DS training environment, right? I'm inside Arewa DS training environment. Now, this is telling me that I'm inside this environment that I created. Now, since I'm inside this environment, I can install anything I like. It will not have any conflict with any other environment. So how can I do that? For example,
Sir, please repeat this. Creating environment, please.
Okay.
Hello,
So,
sir.
yes.
So I want to ask, this environment, virtual environment that was created, is it created on your GitHub, the Iowa DS GitHub?
No. On your normal computer.
All right.
Yeah. So what we are saying is that when you are doing data science, you may be installing Python packages of different version. Look at this one, NumPy or Pandas. Is Pandas version 1.01. This is Pandas version 1.35. But the problem is some projects will use specific version of Pandas or package. This means that if I have Pandas 1.36, or if I have, for example, Pandas 1.35, and the project, they already have only Pandas 1.101, and they specified that you must use that version, then I will not be able to run it in my computer. I must use this version. So for that, you can create a separate environment on your computer, like this separate environment, give it a name, and install any version that your project supports. That is it. So this is why here we use just two commands: Conda create -n, name of the environment. You create an environment. If you want to enter the environment, then you see Conda activate name environment. So now I'm inside the environment. What you need to do is now to install everything. I can say Conda install Pandas. This is how to install packages inside it. You can say Conda install Python, for example, to install Python, because inside this environment that I created, there is no Python. I can install Python. So for example, you can do one by one. I can say Conda install Python 3.9. I can do one by one. So here installing Python, I say yes, install. So you can see it's installing Python 3.1 inside that package. Inside that environment. Yeah,
Yes.
so now I install Pandas inside Python inside that package. I can also say Conda install. I can install many packages. If you want to install many packages, not one by one, you can separate Pandas. You can separate them by say NumPy. These are packages. You can install them. I'm just showing you how to install packages, multiple packages using Conda, not one by one. So you can install them like this. Just separate them by space. You can see I say yes, install them. So here you can see it's installing them.
Hello, sir. Sir, please, sorry.
Let's go on.
Before running the command conda create and that in RAWDS training, do we need to install a particular package or something? Because I can see from my own input here, I'm seeing conda syntax error, invalid syntax.
So
I don't know why
it's
it's doing it.
No, that's the point. We already passed the stage of installation of Conda and all those stuff. If you are Conda, so if you do this first, type Conda first and type enter. If you cannot see this one, then your Conda installation is faulty. You will not be able to, you have some issue with your installation. Can you be able to see this when you type Conda?
So when I do it on my command line, it is to show, but on my VS Code, it's showing me error.
So go and do on your command line. It's still the same thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In a situation wherein I want to install Python, does it mean I need to know the version I'm using, or I should
Yeah. So yes, so you can Conda install Python. You can say I say equals to 3.9. I can say version 3.10. I can say install version 3.11, because Python has different version, and you can specify which version you want to install. But if I just say install Python, you can see here, for example, I just let me just say when I install Python. You can see I didn't put any version, right? So you can see telling me that all required packages are installed. So I have the latest version already installed. So there is no need for me to do that. But you can also, if you want to update an install package, you can update it with conda update, but we may not go through that. Yeah. So let me show us. This is how to create a package, but there is another way to create a package using what we call virtual environment. We are not going through virtual environment to show that. Conda is enough for us. We will be using Conda from now on to install package. Now, for those of us that they have issue with that iKernel stuff, iKernel. So I'm coming back to those people with that their BS code, you cannot see iKernel. What you can do now, create a package called RODS training. The way I do it, Conda create minus one RODS training. When you finish, you create this one. Activate it, Conda activate RODST training. When you are inside RODST training, install the iPyKernel inside this package. So you can do pip install, for example, you can say pip install iPyKernel, pip install iPyKernel like this.
So please, sorry for interrupting you. I have tried command prompt and VS Code, all in my own. It's showing retrying connection, something like this. Failed. It's showing us those words.
Okay. What we can do is today we're gonna have RODS clinic. So if you have any issue, please join us, and then we'll be able to do that. Check today 8 p.m.
I have a question.
Join us today 8 p.m. Nigerian time. So for those we have with iPyKernel issue that they cannot run anything, you create RODS environment and install iPyKernel inside. You can something like pip install iPyKernel, something like it. Yeah, when you install this, install it. Let me share that in the chat. Install this iPyKernel. Pip install iPyKernel. Yes, you can install packages. You can uninstall. So here you can see somebody is asking in the chat, can we uninstall package? So you can see now I install iPyKernel, right? I can say Conda. You can update as well. You can see Conda update. But let me show you, if you want to find out how you can do everything with Conda, for example, you can use this cheat sheet. Let me show us. There are many commands here. So we have this cheat sheet. Can you see this cheat sheet? When I click here, you can download it, but you can do many other stuff. You can see install package. If you want to see how many packages you have, you can use Conda list. So I can come over here. I can see list the packages I have in my computer. Conda list. You can see it showing you the list you have. List of packages you have. All these are the list. You can see many other things. You can update all packages. Uninstall package, you can see it, Conda uninstall. Conda uninstall, right? You can copy this, Conda uninstall. You put the name Conda uninstall. I can say pandas to remove pandas if I already installed pandas. So here will uninstall the package. Yeah, how can you commit your code from virtual environment? So committing code is the same thing. It's the same. There is no difference committing code whether you are in virtual environment or not. It's still the same thing. You can do it anyway, and it will push. There is no difference between that. Yep. Right. Yes. Oh, okay. Somebody will come to that. But just to clear what we have just seen is two things. The first one, we have seen the way for us to install package, we can use pip install or we can use Conda install package name. We have now seen how we can work with Python virtual environment. For us to create Python virtual environment, all we need is to, all we need is to say Conda create and then -n are the name of the environment. When you create the environment,
Excuse me, sir. Sorry. This my Conda is not recognized. So
yeah, so the issue is we have already passed the in our previous session, we have already shown how to anyone with issue with Conda. So you miss this. Join us today 8 p.m. Where we'll be able to show people, anyone with issue, how to resolve those issues. But now we are moving to.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So I think I asked the same question. You asked me to check my command line. I check it and I can see that my Conda is successfully installed. Conda version 24.9.2, and it shows me all the commands, sir.
So what is the problem you have?
The problem is on the VS Code. On the VS Code, if I click Conda, it's showing me syntax error, while on my command line, it's showing me all I need. I can even create folders on the rest.
We can discuss this in the clinic, but right now we cannot stop like trying to fix your problem because we want to move on. We can discuss this. Yeah, we can discuss, because if we now just wait for only your problem, then it can be we can delay us. So if you want to learn more about this Conda environment and other stuff, these are some resources that you can conduct and see that. Yeah, somebody, how can you change the virtual environment to you are working? Yes, another good question. How can you change the virtual environment you are working? We have somebody that asked this very question, good question, Hassan Muhammad Jalo. So somebody said, how can we, change? So you can see here, I'm inside what? Ariwa DS training, right? But I want to go back to my environment, data science. I can say Conda list. Remember what Conda list does? It will show you the list of environment this is, it show you the environment you have. But how can you see the Conda list of environment you have? So you can use what you call Conda env list, Conda environment list. Then this will show you how many environments you have under their name. You can see I have my own data science, right? I have my own data science. So if you want to go outside of this RODS training, you can say Conda activate RODS training. Can you see that? Oh no, Ariwa Conda deactivate. Conda deactivate. When you say Conda deactivate, while you are RODS training, you click, now it deactivate RODS training. And now it go back to my original RO data science training. Because my data science is the default one. But if you want to check your available environment, you can use Conda environment list. Conda environment list, so you can see the name of your environment. So you can see one of the environment. When I was doing my thesis, I named one environment thesis because everything related to my thesis is that. So if I want to activate this, I would just say Conda activate, name of the environment thesis. So you can see here the environment, it changes to thesis, right? So this is how you can be able to change the environment. Yes, is it possible to use both pip and Conda? Yes, you can install Python packages inside the environment with pip. You can use Conda, anyone you want you can use. But the idea is if you install if you install package with pip, then update it with pip. Don't install package with pip and then update it with Conda. Or don't install Conda and say you want to update it with pip. But you can use any of these two to do that. But let's, I think Conda is good. We can start using Conda. Somebody is saying he can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, cool. Right. So this is just the recap of what we'll be doing, you know, on environment. So for anyone with that was not able to actually have be able to run Python Jupyter Notebook. Now, as I gave an example, what you need to do, let me just make it. What you need to do is create environment, Conda, create RODS training. Oh no, I already have it. For example, Conda, deactivate, activate RODS training. When you have Conda activate DS, so now you have RODS training. Now pip install ipycanal. I already do that. So when you do this, what you need to do in your VS Code is this. For you to be able to run, come to here where you see kernel. Come here. Can you all see my environment here? Can you all see here? Can we all type if you can see what I'm doing?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay. So if you click here, it will ask you, select the kernel you want to use. So you can say Python environment. When I say Python environment, then here you will be able to see all Python environment you created using Conda. Can you see the RODS training that I created? Can you see RODS training? So when you select RODS training, now here it is RODS training. Now you will be able to run your Jupyter Notebook. For those of us that were saying they were not able to run Jupyter Notebook, this is what you should do. Create RODS training or RO anything, just name anything, install ipycanal. When you do that, install Python inside, not only ipycanal, because you want to make the environment to be able to do everything. Install Python, then come here and say select kernel, select Python environment. You'll be able to see the environment you created. Then select it. Now I already have one which is recommended that I was using already, data science. So you can click on it and now you'll be able to. Okay, any question?
Yes, sir. Please, what is the use of the IPython? I'm sorry.
So IPython, so for people that were not able to run Jupyter Notebook, they have some, you know, thing that you need to install called IPython. So it's a kind of kernel that allow you to run Jupyter Notebook. If you don't install it, your Jupyter Notebook may not be able to run. So if your Jupyter Notebook is running, then you are fine. For those that have an issue, that's why we are telling them to install.
Thank you.
Yes. Anyone with question? All right. So we spend the time here talking about our virtual environment. We haven't gone to our session 2 PA, but it's good to make sure that
I have a question, sir.
Yes, go on.
Please, sir, if someone installs or creates a environment and save it on the laptop, like on local system, on the laptops and stuff, how do one like get into that environment again on VS Code?
I don't understand what you mean. What you can
like when the environment was created, it was saved into the laptop's memory, the PC folder, and all those pandas and numpy was installed there. Is it possible to like import the environment from the system back to VS Code?
No, so when you install it on anywhere in your computer, you'll be able to see it, whether in VS Code or anywhere. So if you open terminal, your normal terminal on computer and create environment, when you open VS Code, you'll be able to see that environment. So installing environment is something global in your computer. Does that make sense?
Okay, but I've been trying to search for it, but I can't see it.
To find what?
Like he created, he maybe used GUI to create the folders and everything, and
UI.
It was a folder.
Everything. So he's trying to see how to activate it using VS Code. Not
I don't understand what you did. You create a virtual environment using Conda, is that correct?
No. I created it like normally, not using Conda.
Wait, come again,
And
ask the question again. What did you do?
I created an environment
No,
just to
wait. To create an environment, this is how to create an environment. You say create Conda. To create an environment, this is how to get Conda create. This is how to create environment. You can only create environment on terminal. For this, is it how you create the environment?
no.
So you haven't created environment. You created something different. This is how you create environment. Yeah. So yeah, so this is how to create environment. So maybe you create something different. Yeah. Okay. We're supposed to cover our chapter 2 of Python, but this has taken us a long time to explain the environment and other stuff. And I'm tired as well. I don't know if we can be able to continue with the chapter 2 today.
Hello.
Yes, go on.
So can you hear me? So
yes.
After reading that book, the chapter 1 and chapter 2, I saw that we saw an application called Greenery. Is it Grainy? But I haven't heard you mention about it yesterday or today.
What? You say what? You say what?
Greeny. We were asked to install a particular application package called Geni, Gean.
Who asked you?
In that book, in the book that we were asked to read about, that Python crash book.
You were asked to install what?
To crash course, we were asked to install Geni application package.
Type in the chat. I don't know what you are talking. I don't know it. Type in the chat.
Okay.
So what he's saying is, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
What he's saying is it is the IDE that the writer uses in the book. So that's what he's asking. Can we install the IDE? That is, I mean,
you don't need anything. You don't need the IDE. BS Code is enough. That's what we'll be using. BS Code.
Okay.
Yes, we'll be using the BS Code. So what we can do now is, all right. So I think we will not be able to cover the chapter 2. I planned for us to do the chapter 2 today, but it seems we will not be able to do it because this takes us a long time to finish this setting up environment and also show this installation. What we can do, I think, is to push this one to next week Saturday. So we are lagging by one chapter. But I think what we cover is good for us to show us how you can set up. That is why it took us a long time, like 3 weeks, to make sure that we install everything. We also show you how to do other stuff. But before that, I want to talk about something that you guys that may help. So we can, if you are from Kano or you are from Jigawa, I saw in our previous cohort, what we did, we had what we call accountability partners. So if you are from Kano or from Jigawa, you can make friends that you are in the same state so that you can meet together to learn. Because if you are learning a lot, you may miss something and somebody may know you better, right? So you can form a group with your colleague. You can make a friend and you can be meeting maybe twice a week to go through over the course content to make sure that you learn something like that, right? So this is something good that you'll be able to see, to explore and see if I have seen somebody in the chat in the group was asking about accountability partner. So this is what we call accountability, stuff. So as well, if you prefer, even if your friend you cannot meet in person, you can meet online. Yeah. So for people, you can chat in the Telegram, you can meet online. And then you can learn together. So we will also be looking at what we call helpers. In our previous cohort, we have helpers. what we mean by helpers is that some people, they may have prior experience with Python and all this stuff. They can be helpers in the Telegram channel. We recognize them as helpers and we give them more support so that they will be responding to questions. In fact, helpers in our previous cohort, they facilitate, for example, weekly session, daily session with fellow mentors. They join together and they help them to learn more if they are missing something or if they don't understand. So helpers. So if you you want to be a helper, please reach out to Abdul Jalil and he will, make a list of the people that are helpers. So these helpers, they will help, to answer some questions in the community. So we are looking for helpers, those that have prior experience with Python that they can help also, because it's difficult, to manage many things. Because now we are like 3 minutes to 2, so we are really late. We cannot dive into the second part of the session, which is going through the our chapter 2 of the book, which is variables. But I have already pushed one to GitHub. You can be able to access it. We'll be able to discuss what is variable, Python variable, and many string, what is string, method in Python, all this stuff. These are something that have been discussed in chapter 2 of the book, but we make a notebook where you'll be able to use it, and also we explain it much better. So you can get access to it in a GitHub repository. We already pushed this one there, but I think without going through and speeding up this process, maybe people may not understand some stuff. If we rush further, we'll take it small by small and make sure that we may come back next week and continue. Yes, without moving faster and making some people lost in the along the way. Yeah. All right. So that is one. And also we have assignment for you. The assignment is this. Let me share with you the assignment. This is something that it's not Python actually, the assignment. It's just some reading that will give you to encourage you on what we call. So in our previous cohort, we asked our student to read this book called Atomic Habit. Atomic Habit. So this book, the main idea is this. You can see now you are learning Python, right? Programming. But programming, one thing with programming is that it's not something that you cram just to cram it. It's not something that you just learn it today and leave it tomorrow. No, it's something that you constantly practice every day. So this book, Atomic Habit, tells you the concept of what we call tiny changes or tiny habits make remarkable change in your life. So if you spare at least 30 minutes or 1 hour daily to practice Python, in the next 3 months, you will become a very good Python program. This is just it. So what we are saying, this book will give you like the idea, how can you do this constant practice? It will change your way of learning. This is really, really a good book. So in our previous cohort, everyone in the cohort reads this book and write a blog post about the summary, maybe what they learned about the book. So what we will do immediately after this session, we will upload the PDF copy of this book in our repository, just like we have this one. And we advise you or encourage you to read this book and learn more about the concept of atomic habit. So the concept of atomic habit is a really, really interesting concept where the notion of, doing little stuff every day with compounding effect, meaning that while you are doing something every day, no matter how little it is compounding. So let me just give you an example. When you have a new baby, every day we'll try to speak. Every day trying to, one day he will grow up and speak it. So this is really very good book, and we encourage everyone. So this is your assignment for the next week. Try to read this book And then next week we can start with chapter 2 because it's literally late for us to do that, but you can go through it again. Yeah. So it's already 2, and I'm so tired. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, sir. I have one question, sir.
Yes. Go ask.
Yesterday I installed the Wi-Fi kernel, but today when I realized that I have to create another virtual environment, so I think do I need to install another Wi-Fi kernel, or
yes, inside
the one
the
I
environment
installed
you create,
yesterday?
inside the environment you create. So when you create environment, you activate the environment. If you are inside it, you now install the IPython kernel.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, sir. So I have been trying to clone this Python programming for Area Data Science in my repository, but
Yes.
when it starts, it will along the line it may stop.
Okay.
The remote also it has been failed. So I have been text the error in our Telegram group.
Okay.
Please, you can stop sharing, sir. You can stop recording, I mean.
Oh yeah.